Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 20 of 31 can't miss albums that the world sadly missed out on. This is the theme we're doing all month long. We're picking albums, fairly recent albums, maybe albums from a long time ago, that had all the elements to be monster records that everybody was talking about, everybody was listening to, yet for a variety of reasons, it just quite never happened, right? Although we look back on these albums now today and think, wow, that was pretty damn good. What happened? Did the record label drop the ball? Did radio just not play along? Was the music on the album was a little bit too early, a little bit too late based on trends that were happening at the time? There's a variety of reasons. Maybe they just didn't get the break, didn't get signed to a major label. Maybe it was a really, really big band, but for whatever reason, these albums just didn't do as well as other big albums that these bands and artists had. There's a lot of reasons for why these things happen. And all we can do now is kind of look back on these albums that could have been. Maybe we still enjoy them today, right? And that's really all that matters. But yeah, you feel for the artists and the bands who potentially had something really, really special on their hands, and it just didn't quite work out the way that they wanted it to. So today, this is an album that is the debut album for this American band. It was released in 1977, produced by John Anthony, as well as mixed by Eddie Kramer for A&M Records. I'm talking about the self-titled debut from Piper. Honestly, you could really point to either one of these two Piper albums. Self-titled debut right there. And follow-up and last album, Can't Wait. Of course, this is the band fronted by a guy named Billy Squier, who after the demise of Piper would go on to have a very lucrative solo career. But in this band, we've got Billy Squier on lead vocals, electric and acoustic guitars. We've got Alan Nolan on guitars, backing vocals, Tommy Gunn, guitars, backing vocals, Danny McGarry, bass, backing vocals, and Richie Fontana, drums, percussion, and backing vocals. Recorded at Eastern Sound in Toronto, Canada, mixed at the record plant in New York City. So what do we have on this very cool record that, unfortunately, a major label, big-time producer and mix and engineer, and just didn't quite move the needle, but should have. 1977, ripe for this kind of music. What is the music of Piper? Basically a mix of hard rock and power pop. Very catchy songs, short, compact songs, big vocals, lots of nice choruses, crisp guitar work. It's an exciting record. Should have been a big record. Out of Control starts it off, pulls you right into the music of this band. Again, it bridges the gap between like power pop and hard rock. Kind of like what Cheap Trick were doing, except I think that with Piper, there's this mixing too of like the power pop style with I get like a Faces vibe, Rod Stewart and the Faces. I get a little bit of that. There's that kind of like British kind of bluesy hard rock thing that the Faces were doing, mixed with the more power pop style of like, Raspberries and the Beatles and, Badfinger and things like that. Out of Control is a really good opener. What You're Gonna Do is a totally catchy track. That, again, there's a handful of songs on here that should have been hit singles. That's one of them. The Road is more of that kind of gritty, bluesy kind of, barroom type of rock that the Faces did. Really good song. Sail Away is great. Who's Your Boyfriend? I Got a Feeling. That should have been a massive hit. Should have been a massive hit. So catchy, so much fun. Telephone Relation, really good, crisp rocker. In fact, I'd say the last half of this album is really, really great. Not that the whole thing isn't, but The Last Time is a take on the Rolling Stones song. It's fun. Then you got 42nd Street. 42nd Street is terrific. What a crunchy hard rocker that is. When this band wanted to rock, they could definitely rock. And then you got Can't Live With You, Can't Live Without You, another blistering hard rock track to finish off the album. Again, more really, really great guitar licks from the band and really strong vocals from Billy throughout this whole thing. It's not surprising listening to this that he would go on to pretty big things not long after this band broke up. So you're looking at what was it, 1976 and 77? I don't know. By 78, this band was pretty much broken up. He launched his solo career shortly thereafterwards. And his first solo album, did okay, I guess. Kind of not much business, but okay. And then, of course, the Don't Say No album was his big breakthrough. And he had a run of successful albums after that, lots of hit singles. And, nice career for himself through a chunk of the 80s, right? So, but yeah, it's the Piper band that was the missed opportunity here. This should have been a big band, and it's just so funny how, like, for years, like, I didn't listen to Piper back in the day, but I remember getting into Billy Squier in the early 80s, and, I would hear people mention about this other band that he was with called Piper. It's like, oh, you should hear Piper. Piper, really, really good. But they never really did much of anything. But they're really good band, and nobody's heard of them, right? So I was always kind of like on the lookout for records and stuff by Piper and CDs. And this has just been one of those bands that has not had a lavish reissue campaign or anything like that. This has got American Beat Records reissued the 2-on-1 that I have here. But even this is really, really rare. One of our viewers actually one day when I was talking about Piper on the air years ago, it's like, you know what, I have an extra copy of the 2-on-1. If you want, I'll send it to you. And I'm like, geez, thank you so much. That would be totally awesome, because I had been searching. So yeah, these are both really fun albums, but the debut is pretty damn special. So that's my pick for today. It was a can't miss album. Somehow it didn't happen. So, of course, I got no charts, no certification, no hit singles, no nothing like that to tell you about. Sadly, I wish I did. But it's just one of those mysteries of the world why this band didn't really break through. This probably would have, A&M Records, big label. You kind of wonder if, like, maybe a label like Casablanca would have really ran with this. But, again, Casablanca had other rock acts besides Kiss that they really also didn't really do much of anything with, right? Like Angel, they tried to push Angel. That didn't really work. Trigger. I mean, there's lots of bands. It can't make all of them work, but this really seemed to have all the tools. But, what are you going to do? So that's my pick for today. Let us know what you think of Piper, self-titled debut, down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today, day number 20, and we'll see you tomorrow for number 21. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options, all down below. Thanks in advance for all your support, guys. It's greatly appreciated, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What more stuff, you ask? I should have, I'm going to really try as best as I can to deliver a bunch of new album reviews this week, just so you know what I'm kind of sitting on. I got the new Mesa, I've got the new Robin Trower, new Gentle Giant remix of their live album Playing the Fool. I've got the new Hedwig Mollestad trio. I've got the new Pagan Altar. Just came in, got the new Sirith Ungol live, got the new John Anderson, the Band Geeks live, got new Envy of None, I got new Nad Sylvan, Lux Terminus, Orkvist, The Far Cry, Retromorphosis, all sorts of stuff, a whole big stack of things here. So I'm going to try and get to all of them as quickly as I possibly can, but I still need to listen to and digest them. So, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.